Hello, it's Anita. This is Sightless Living. Welcome to another video. Thanks for joining me today. Today we are discussing iPhones.
Big bold text appears and reads, Sightless Living. Copyright symbol 2021-2025. Sightless Living. All rights reserved. Then disappears.
I recently worked with phones. It had like maybe food or stuff from chocolate, maybe mashed potatoes, maybe a biscuit or two. Who knows? If you want somebody to work with you and your phone, you have to have your phone clean. You should clean your phone every day. And I did check with Apple because this is an iPhone and I got the proper things that they recommend for your phone. So try to clean your phone on a daily basis. That's what I do. I was kind of tired last night, so I didn't bother doing mine. But I'm going to show you what I basically do. I took my clear case off, and I'm going to sit my phone over here. First thing you want to do, shut it down all the way. I take my sleep-wake button on the side here, and I hold down one of the volume buttons until it says double tap to power off, and then I power it off. If you hold it too long, it will call 911. First thing I do, I get a warm pitcher of water. So I have a pitcher here. And I'm going to just swish around in the water. This water has a little drop of 7th generation orange dish soap. That's what most of the cell phone carriers recommend, or I should say mobile phone. I stuck my little clear case that was on the back of my phone in this pitcher. It has a little bit of water, warm water. I'm going to turn it around. I didn't want to waste a bunch of water, so I'm just swishing it around in there. It has 7th generation dish soap, which is a plant-based soap. That's what most of the mobile carriers recommend. Doesn't make that many suds. I like suds in my dish soap, so I don't use that for my dishes, but I do use it for the phones. I left my case in the water. Let me come back over here to my little supply bucket. And this is a cheesecloth. They want a lint-free cloth, like a lens cloth or something. I've been using cheesecloths for years. Here it is. So I cut a piece off. This is the small package. They do have a larger one. I use this for baking because you can dampen it and lay it over your bowl of dough when you make bread. And then it rises nicely. But that's what I do. I didn't cut it with the pinking shears, which is the zigzag scissors. So this was just cut with a straight scissor. You may see some strings hanging off, but this is just for this demonstration. But it still doesn't come on the phone. I'm going to stick the cloth in the water because this is what I do. And then I just wipe it. I'm wiping my clear case. You don't need the cloth too big. Some people will just get a big wad of cloth and just use that. I just use just a little, just what I need. And I'm just wiping it down. And it's probably not dirty because doing this daily doesn't give it the chance to sit and get grime and gook up in there. So I just basically just wipe it in case something's sticking there. And I'll just swish it around in the water again. And then if I'm in the house, I'll sit it on the towel. If I'm out here, I'll just rest it on the table. So I'll just sit it over here out of the way. Hopefully I won't knock it off. But I'll put it face down because there's a lip around it and I want it to drain. It barely has soap in it. So you don't have to worry about rinsing it. And then I just squeeze it as tight as I can. So I'll take it, twist it up, and then I'll wring it. So it comes out really dry. And you can make your cloth as thick as you want. You may even have a lens cloth. But I just wring it till it's real dry. It's still kind of damp for my liking. So I'll just wring it again. And then what I do is get my phone. It's in this bucket somewhere. There it is. And I can feel it. It's all smooth. But I take a damp cloth and I just wipe it off. That's it. I take everything off of it and I'll just wipe it. The front and the back where the camera lens is. I do the sides. And down at the bottom. When I get to the openings, I just go over them. I'm careful around the buttons. I just gently wipe over them. And that's it. So that's how you wash your phone. They like 7th generation. I get it from Walmart. And the little size I get from them is about $3 and some change. I would say it's under $5. Mine only sells the orange. I think it's nectarine flavor. But anyway, now that my phone is washed, I go to the alcohol because now I'm going to sterilize it. They recommend 70% alcohol. And this is 70%. I brailled it. Now you got to be careful with the alcohol because it comes in all different strengths. It comes in 91, 75, 70. So the carriers recommend 70. That's what I have. I've also taken the alcohol and stuck it in my spray bottle. This is a purple spray bottle. I'm going to sit my alcohol here. And then in one of my makeup videos, I mentioned I was going to get a bottle in different colors. So I just brought this out so I can show it to you. This is a white bottle, but they're now $1. So if you want to pick up a spray bottle, you can check out Walmart. I found these in the pharmacy section by the travel items. And once again, this is only $1. I'll sit my phone here while it's drying so I can show you the little bottle. So you can screw it off. The stem that's in here, if I sit up to the top, you'll notice it goes all the way down to the bottom of the bottle. So whatever you put in there, you should be getting all of it out. I'll put this back in. Then in the top, you'll see a nozzle and you can open it. And the further you open it, it becomes a stream. If you leave it a little, it comes out in a mist. So you can have different kinds of spray options there. And then you can put it back and then it's locked. It will depress some, but not all the way. So that's an idea. But how I sterilize my phone is I take my spray bottle. I open up my cloth, which is kind of damp now. It's not really damp, it's drying. Cheesecloth dries quick, so that's what I like about it. I'll make it into a spray, and then I spray my cloth with a little bit of mist. I'll lock it back because I don't need any accidents. And then I pick up my phone, which is now dry, and I'll wipe it with my damp cloth that has alcohol. How do I know if I have enough? Well, I can smell it. I lightly smell alcohol, so it's not saturated. But that's how I tell. And then I just wipe my phone again. I'm wiping over the camera lens. So I'm cleaning the lens. I'm wiping the back. I'm wiping the side buttons. And then I'm wiping the top. And then I come over here to the other buttons. And then down at the bottom, I do not stick my cloth up in the hole or the opening where my cords go. I just wipe over them and keep it moving. Then I wipe the front, and it should dry very quickly. Never spray anything directly on your device. That's what all the manufacturers are saying. Never do that. Now, in a different scenario, if I don't have a spray bottle, you can pour some alcohol on a damp cloth and try to wipe your phone. You can mix half alcohol, half water if you want. It's up to you. But I also brought out, I'll sit that there. Normally I sit it on the table, but I don't want to scratch my phone up because I didn't bring a washcloth or something soft to put it on. I got these from the pharmacy. And as you can see, I had them a while. See, it's almost empty. When I travel, I'll do this. I'll take a couple of these. They come two attached together. And if I have one, I'll just open it by ripping it open. I'll just show you. Let me put the extra one back in there. And I'll just stick it back in my bucket. So I'll rip it open. If I don't have alcohol, and this is how I do it on the go, I'll take my alcohol pad. Again, this is 70%. You gotta watch them. Sometimes they have 75. And I'll just take it like this. It's open. I'll stick it in the center of my rag. Then I'll wrap it around. So I have my alcohol in the middle. I can smell the alcohol through the cloth. And then I'll just take my phone. Well, let me do my case now because I do clean that too. Depending on what type of case you have, go with the manufacturer's instructions. If this was leather, I'd be using a leather cleaner. This is just an old plastic vinyl piece of case I picked up. So I'm going to take the alcohol and just wipe the case. I'm wiping the case from top to bottom. It's falling apart, but I will do that until it dies. And I'll do the strap, and I'm just getting the part where the pad is under there. So I'm wiping it with alcohol and water. It smells nice. And then I have papers in here, Band-Aids, so I like to keep different things in here. So I'll just take them out. It has a wallet in there, so sometimes you can keep like dollars in there and stuff. But I just take this stuff out, and then I'll just wipe in there, both sides. Then I'll go down in the wallet part and just wipe on in there. I'll set these in my pocket. The stuff I took out of there. Sometimes I have notes in there, cardboards that come in here. And I just open it and just make sure I wipe it thoroughly. And that's what I'm doing. Lifting up the little sleeves, wiping all down in there, getting smartphone germs off of there. Because your phone gets handled every day. You're sitting it down on tables and, you know, sometimes it falls on a sofa or something where other people sat. This gives you a chance to clean out your wallet. And I just let it sit and air out. So I will put this over here so I don't have to worry about knocking it off because I have other things to show you. Then I open my cloth back up and I look for the alcohol. Ta-da, here it is. I'm going to put my cloth back in this water. I'm going to open this alcohol packet. and put the alcohol back in there. The reason I do this is because I don't want to accidentally drop it on furniture. It could take the finish off. It could do a lot. So I'd like to put it back in the envelope or the little packet. And I can put that in my pocket as well and throw it out when I go through the junk that's in my phone case. Now, I'll go over the things that the carriers say. First of all, they said 70% alcohol. You can't use witch hazel. Some people use witch hazel, and you can't use that. They just said alcohol, water, and soap. So you get yourself some 7th generation, which is a plant-based soap, and there you go with your soap. I wouldn't use Dove and all them other bath soaps because, again, some of those soaps leave film, and the carrier doesn't recommend that. Secondly, you can take a spray bottle and spray it on a lint-free cloth or whatever. And like I said, you can get a $1 option for a spray bottle from the store. I know for a fact Walmart has them because that's what I bought. Then you can do alcohol bottle or alcohol wipes. These are the ones you find in first aid. I carry these around a lot because if you get a little boo-boo on your elbow, your leg, whatever, you can always pull out an alcohol wipe. Then they have alcohol wipes in the cans. The big canisters, which give you the big sheets of wipes. You got to watch that because not all of them are 70%. A lot of them are 75%. Now, looking at your phone, some models have glass on the front, some have glass on the back, some have glass on the front and back. They're coated with some kind of material. Eventually, it wears off naturally, but putting chemicals on your phone will make it wear down quicker. They do not want you submerging your phone into any kind of products, even if it says waterproof. If you get fingerprints on it, you can just use simple water with a little soap or no soap. You can sanitize your phone with alcohol. I do the sanitizing daily because you never know. You may have a cold, you're getting a virus. There could be virus germs on your phone, whatever. And don't forget to do the case. And that's why I like doing it at night, because you turn your ringer off so no one disturbs you while you're sleeping. So you can just sit your phone down, let it air out and stuff because you cleaned it before bedtime, and then you have your case laying there. So that's what I like to do. They don't want you spraying harsh chemicals directly on your phone. They don't want you to use any harsh cleansers like detergents. Some of the companies I contacted said, yeah, you could use Clorox wipes and blah, blah, blah. I'm not using that. That's chemicals. I don't know what they're talking about. They said no chemicals, then they say you can use Clorox wipes. I don't listen to that. I just stick with what I read and the information I got from my carrier. Now, different carriers may say you can do different things, but from the information I checked, the carriers recommend the 7th generation soap. So that confirmed what I read and what I got from the carrier. And they said alcohol 70%. Everybody's talking about alcohol 70%. I did go to the store. I checked out Bosch and Lomb, Walmart brand, and some other brands where you can clean your glasses and camera lenses and phone screens and yada, yada, yada. And it says 37% alcohol, 27% alcohol. It doesn't give you a straight 70%. So I said, that's out. And then it says other ingredients. Well, what are the other ingredients? I had somebody look up, down, all around on the box, no mention of the extra ingredients. And they did that on several products. So I would leave those alone. I look at it this way. The carrier said, well, when I say carrier, I also mean the manufacturer, because that's where they get that information from. So they say 70% alcohol. They said 70% mixed with water in the spray bottle. Even if you do that, they still don't want you spraying it directly on your phone. So always have a cloth, lint-free. Tissues don't work. Paper towels can scratch. I've been doing this method for a long time, and I've sold all of my old phones except for the ones I wanted to keep. And everybody told me they are in beautiful condition. Sometimes the pixels have gone out. I didn't have any of that. I got full dollar for all my phones. So I must be doing something right. So I figured I'd bring that to you. And it only takes a couple of seconds. You start doing it on a regular basis, and it's okay. You don't have to worry about sitting there scrubbing and scratching with your nails to get yesterday's dinner off. Wash your hands after you eat. Don't pick up your phone. If I'm eating, that's it. Phone rings, too bad. I'll get it when I'm done. That's it. But I do see people, they'll be like eating their sandwich and then, oh, I got a call, and then they're touching the phone with their mayonnaise and stuff. Remember, let your phone dry thoroughly before you start putting it back in your case. Make sure your case is dried thoroughly as well. Mine is, because like I said, this is just plastic. I'll let it sit a few minutes longer. Yeah, it feels totally dry. So if you have a leather case, clean it per your leather case instructions. And that's all I had for you. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you stay safe and germ-free using your phone. My name's Anita. This is Sightless Living, and I'll see you next time.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. See changes to a mountain scene backdrop. Rolling credits appear in big bold text scrolling upward from the bottom of the screen. Text reads, Anita, hostess/visionary. Mountain stream video, TM symbol, videographer/editor. The rest of the text may be read in the description box below. Thanks for watching.